Hello, my name is Angela Albrecht, and this is my project for DL 5103 with the American College of Education. I'll be looking at differentiating project-based and problem-based learning using my unit of rates with my 7th grade math class. The Illinois state standard that this unit is based off of is 7RP1, compute unit rates associated with ratios of fractions, including ratios of length, area, and other quantities measured in like or different units. The first part I'm looking at is the project-based learning, which helps students to explore real-world situations. Students will be able to demonstrate an understanding of price per unit, mathematics, accurately figure out the price per unit of grocery store items, and identify the best deal by using price comparison. This is one of the projects that one of my students was working on. Each student is responsible for 8 different sale ads and finding out which is the better deal. Here you can see that we have the 2 for $6. Another part of the page, which also had her name on it, which is why it's cut off, had another picture of candy, which was 3 for $9, and so she compared which one was the better deal. Problem-based learning is almost leading as steps to success. Through a number of tasks, students gain knowledge by exploring their own route to the answer with a group of their peers. Given a few prompts along the way from their teacher, students can redirect their thinking in the proper route. Each problem guides to better understanding of the overarching standard or goal. PBL also requires considerable subject matter expertise and flexibility on the part of instructors, who must be able to guide students to the relevant facts, laws, principles, and theories. Teachers aren't standing in front of the class anymore, giving direct instruction. It's more allowing students to fully develop their understanding of a topic with prompts and with suggestions from instructors of reminding them different things that they already knew and comparing it to other real-world situations. For instance, here are 3 of the tasks that some of my students do. Task 1 has Adrienne bike 24 miles in 4 hours. If she biked at a constant speed, how many miles did she ride in 1 hour? This helps students to focus on finding miles per hour, which is something that they see often when they're driving. They see signs constantly. So it helps them relate to the real world, but also helps them understand that they're finding a unit. After task 1, they move on to task 2, which is finding the unit price. For the 8 juice boxes, it costs $2, and so they want to find out how much for 1 juice box. And then task 3 gives it a little bit more difficulty, and it shows the prices of 3 different bags of dog food that in the given table. Which size bag has the lowest price per pound rounded to the nearest cent? So this allows students not only to find one price per bag, but 3 different, and then compare to find which one has the lowest cost. So comparing project-based learning versus problem-based learning, in both of them, students are working towards understanding the same standard and educational goal. In the same way, students are learning the concept and using it to solve or manipulate different real-world problems. Both in project-based and problem-based, you want to focus on allowing students to relate it to their real life. You don't want to give them some far-off scenario that students aren't able to relate to and understand why they're learning the subject matter that they're learning. Skills that are learned during these project-based and problem-based classes can be applied outside of the classroom setting. It's not just a focus on scenarios that don't apply to them and topics that can't be applied elsewhere. When students are able to learn, especially unit rates, they're able to apply that not only at grocery stores, but finding miles per hour, finding constant speed, finding how far they could go in a number of distance and traveling. Looking at the contradictions between the two, problem-based learning focuses on theoretical situations. So Adrian students might not know from task 1, but they still understand that the concept does relate to real world situations, whereas project-based focuses on how students apply finding unit rate for their own benefit using the better deal. So they're able to find the better deal for themselves, such as a shopping ad. That's something that they are dealing with, that they have to search out and find those type of problems before they can even glue it to the paper and start solving it. Problem-based is also number-based, more dealing with the formulas and the step-by-step writing out the numbers, whereas project-based is hands-on. They're cutting out things, they're gluing it, they're then manipulating those things to help them find the answers. Problem-based also is more simplistic problems, which then kind of narrows the skills of understanding, whereas project-based usually has complex situations where not only do they have to find the unit rate, but then they have to compare it to other units and other sale items to see which one is the better deal. But there's a procedure to finish, and the students have to understand or find that procedure for them to fully understand. Here is the one reference that I did use in my presentation today. Thank you for your time, and I hope that you can understand the difference between project-based and problem-based learning.